On American Artifacts, a visit to the Smithsonian's National Portrait Gallery to see the exhibit One Life, Martin Luther King Jr.
I'm Ann Schumard, and I'm the Senior Curator of Photographs at the Smithsonian's National Portrait Gallery. And we're here today to explore the exhibition One Life, Martin Luther King Jr. This exhibition is timed to coincide with the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, which took place in the nation's capital on August 28th of 1963. King, of course, delivered his iconic address, the I Have a Dream speech. He was the final speaker on a long program that day that included many of the leaders of the civil rights movement. King's speech really was the capstone, and in this photograph we see right at the final few moments of the speech when his hand shoots up and he is saying, free at last, thank God Almighty, we're free at last. The march was organized very carefully by a number of people, and we have several wonderful examples of memorabilia from the march. These include a booklet that went out in advance of the march to those who planned to participate. And it included practical information for traveling to Washington, food that would be acceptable to bring to the march that day. And then we're fortunate to have 3 copies of the program from the march, and that enables us to see the full roster of speakers. The inside includes a statement of the purpose of the march, and then the back cover includes a map that shows where the bus is parked and also shows the march route from the Washington Monument along Constitution and then along Henry Bacon Drive to the Lincoln Memorial. And of course it was there that the platform for the speakers was positioned. There were also our 2 examples of the commemorative buttons that were sold in advance of the march. Everyone participating in the march was encouraged to buy a button, to wear a button, and to sell a button. And the sales from the buttons helped to finance the costs of traveling to Washington for that occasion. Clearly for us, the March on Washington and King's I Have a Dream speech is a very important jumping off point for discussing King's career. I think, though, that it's important, and I hope that the exhibition conveys this, that there's far more to Martin Luther King than one speech and one dream. Anyone can have a vision or a dream for the future, but it's the extraordinary individual that can dedicate his or her life to making that dream a reality. And through the exhibition, through the various photographs and representations of King, we're able to trace the trajectory of his career, to see those high points as well as the setbacks that he endured, and to understand how those shaped him and the quality of his leadership. The photographs help us remember that King was such a young man during all of these activities. He was just 39 when he was killed. He was 25 when he went to Montgomery, and he was 26 when he led the boycott. He was 34 when he delivered the I Have a Dream speech. And I think that it's important to understand what his life was like, and I'm hoping that these images will do that for our visitors.
For more information on the National Portrait Gallery's exhibition, One Life, Martin Luther King Jr., visit their website, npg.si.edu.